Peace, family. I am Chi Vital, and welcome back to my channel. I am back with another tool for your toolkits and how to create your lives. And we are now live in part 4 of the love and fame quadrants. So I look forward to sharing this information with you all today, as I have been getting some feedback from everyone, and I look forward to seeing the final results of your deep clean, your detox and home transformation for elevation in your lives. Okay? So, time to talk about two of the most important areas of our lives as adults, and also for me to give you another piece of background when it comes to the Bagua or the feng shui and the I Ching, why I am utilizing this information to help you navigate through this space. All right. Peace, Jasmine. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Peace, Aki. Nice to see the fairy gangs in the building. Wagwan. I'm over here with the chest plate on. It's a lovely piece that I received from my mother in her transition. Okay. And when I put it on, because little short story, growing up we always had some type of like dress up in the house. uh I grew up in a a performing arts household, so we would do all kind of costuming stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm being a bit much, but like I didn't just put this on for this video. I actually was contemplating taking it off for the video, but at home when no one's watching, actually in costume is different, right? Take the costume off for the people, but put the costume on for myself, to have this expression. So I don't know, y'all like it? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What up, Nikki? And hey, Emerald Jade. And thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate that. So here's just the background information. Real short. I think it's not that I want to dumb it down, but I want to give you a simplified understanding, because the less dense the information is, the more that you can integrate what needs to be integrated through your spirit, and you'll understand why. So, feng shui, okay? The walkthrough that I have you doing in your homes. Oh, I didn't prompt you, but you should be writing this down. It's going to be very helpful to your notes, because you will see a thread of knowledge opening up for you through these lessons. Okay. Um, so here I am. Y'all ready? Feng Shui and the walkthrough that I have you doing in your homes is literally a form of divination. All right. The art form of interior design, I want you to highlight that aspect of interior design and maximize its potential by understanding how the interior design is directly connected to your internal design. Okay? When we look to tools of divination, on one hand, it is wise. Okay? It is wise because it gives us eyes from the inside out. Divination should always be founded in a desire for self reflection. And what it does for us, it does maximize on self reflection, because it does not use the information outside of us, examples of how people treat us, how our world looks outside of us, the responses in any form or fashion from the outside world. While those have a piece of information, People who don't self reflect live mostly in a space where they're relying on these deflections. Okay. Um, there is some type of energy between what's going on inside that then is like a wall. Okay. And you're getting information from the outside. But the purest form of understanding and mastery is where you can close your eyes to what's happening here and absolutely guide and create from within purely of your spirit. That is when you tap into living in a space that is totally conducive to who you are as a spirit, as a soul on its journey. Okay? So the principles of feng shui are based on the I Ching. Okay? The I Ching is founded by these 8 symbols, okay, called the Bagua. Ba meaning 8. And then Gua has multiple meanings, but they all correlate to some form of oracle, um, some information, some ringing in my ear, um, some type of message from the divine. All right. And in ancient text, these Gua are types of supernatural beings, um, aka dragons or demons. This is where it's very important to pay attention to the reputation of what a demon is. In this sense, these Gua and demons in general, as you will come to find in your studies, are special guardians and intermediaries between you, your spirit, and the wholeness of the heavens or the divine. So, what they do is when they are communicating with you, they are bringing forth information about your true reality of what's happening around you and giving you information that will be helpful to you in how to best navigate this space so that you can continue to keep the chi flowing. Where there's chi flowing, there's life. Where we have stagnant chi, we start to move into the realm of death. Okay? No movement whatsoever. Um, the earliest being, right? This gua or dragon being, um, is known to be half dragon, half man, or half serpent, half man. And we get this image of Fuji, which is the half man at the top and the serpent at the bottom. As you know, you see serpents and dragons a lot of times there's an interplay between them. And the reason why he's depicted as this half man, half serpent is because he integrates with this gua that brings him this information, this oracle system. Now, this integration is the same integration of you and your shadow being. Okay? Um, Fushi and Nuwa are considered in these ancient texts, ancient Chinese mythology, as the first couple. And you'll see these snake, half man and woman, right? Intertwined. So, like, long story short, um, this practice that you're in right now prepares you to further discover your ancestral connection to your origins, not just your human origins, but your origins to that great serpent of creation. Okay? That serpent of creation, and integrating yourself with these guardians. When you align yourself, you realize that this scary serpent demon energy always seems to align the people with their most powerful source of self empowerment and supernatural psychic ability. Having supernatural psychic ability frees you from the addiction of having something outside of you guiding what is right for you. Okay? When we tap into this powerful serpent energy, we're able to see for ourselves. And when you're able to see for yourself, then you're able to masterfully move through the energy of death and transformation gracefully. And that in itself is the superpower that is inherent within you when you tap in and you start listening. So the reason why, so that's your short story, okay? The wisdom of the Bagua, the I Ching system, is not something that is really spoken. It is something that encourages those who engage with it to experience what they are feeling. It is something that can be felt. It is something that is translated on a vibrational level. And then you're able to understand the picture, okay, of how that movement, the design of the movement, and or the lack of movement relates to how it's manifested in your world. Now, I am the child of Mama Fabian, who was a wordsmith, and I don't know if it was challenging to follow that, but that is like the most simplified version of like foundational feng shui, Chinese medicine, bagua, and interior decor decoration put together for you, and giving you more of an understanding of what you're tapping into. So let me see some ones in the chat if you're able to now have a deeper understanding the more that we delve into this walkthrough and understanding the energy of each of these quadrants that we're looking at in our homes. Okay? All right. Perfect. So without further ado, we are now going to look at the southwest and the south quadrants of our homes and what that means to us. So we're going to look at it with our feeling, with our pendulums as we walk through. We're going to look at it from a place of decoration, design, what's there, what's not there. And we have a color system. So if you have the chart, you have the color system. But using your astrological charts, you can gain even more of an understanding of ways to enhance aspects of yourself in these spaces that is customized totally to you, and how to sometimes, if necessary, kind of, if you see that there's some sharp energy there or an energy that doesn't seem to work to your benefit, within that house system, because I'm going to point out to some of the houses that correlate to these quadrants, then you can use your creative mind and intuition into how can you express that in such a way that it starts to feed you back. It starts to increase your chi in a good way. So I'm going to start with the fame and reputation. So that is our south quadrant. It's in the south direction. It is governed by fire. And what I noticed in looking at these different systems, right? So, like, this whole house system is a different system from the Bagua I Ching. But these are all things that are ancient tools that have helped human beings, time immemorial, to understand how to relate to this avatar and to how to relate our spirit to this earth experience. Okay? So, fame and reputation. The house that most significantly speaks to this is the 10th house, right? This is our public standing. This is our career. This is how the people see us. This would be like what you most likely would be known for in the world. Okay? Simply stated. And when I look around the astrological clock, that's what I like to call it, I look at how the 6th house of service gives us more information, okay? Because how everyone sees you must be tied to, if you want to have harmony and wholeness, and it should be tied to what service do you provide? What are you more inclined to do for others as a service? And I say that if you want to have some type of harmony there, you would want to look at the 2 houses within that space, because we also have our health, our systems, we have our work habits, and we look at things and how they're useful to us and the world through our 6th house. So if we have a better understanding of that, then we'll know, okay, if I'm working on these things and I'm doing this, then when the people are recognizing me, it is more true to myself. There won't be so much conflict, like that imposter syndrome, where like everyone loves you for this thing that you are showing up for as a public image. However, on the low, what really feeds you is like you go and you rescue animals in your free time. You go and find homes for animals needing a home. But then how can you take something like that and bring it to the forefront so that you don't feel so conflicted? Because if you're just in a career from a point of like status quo, people know you for this particular thing, not that you have to just pick one thing, but people know you particularly for this one thing, and you lose time from doing things that you feel like you gain better health, you feel more active, and you get more from the exchange in another area. You can have this divide internally that people won't necessarily understand because you're so efficient in how you present to the public world. And that's why in this system, I want you to combine the two in this space in some form of fashion. So like I'm using something that's totally, they're like different worlds. Like you think of a very stiff suit wearing corporate go getter. When we think career, like you think career day, everyone wears a suit to school today, right? Traditionally. And underneath that suit, if you want to look really good, you're probably like hitting the gym on a regular basis. So you have access, right? Remember about the energetics. You have access to that fire for fitness in this area. So let's say you have your treadmill or your Peloton bike, right, in this area. Okay, you have a place where you can be looking at things that you can study for your career or whatever. But up on the wall, you have some pictures of animals that you really love. You might have, you know what I'm saying? Like, besides the things that pump you up and prepare you for yourself in this career, you know, maybe you have a picture of a luxury or exotic animal in this space because you're an animal lover, but you want to have your, you know what I'm saying, your tiger, your leopard, or whatever in that space. Um, because this is traditionally, right? This is like the space of like that masculine effort of getting things done. So you get what I'm saying here in this space? This is reputation and fame. Okay? I want you to be creative. And when you look at your astro clock and look at your life, you know what I'm saying? I think it would really suck at this point in time if you are not fully aware of the fact that you're not in the right career at this point. You should know. At this point, you should know. You're watching this channel. I know that most of my audience is at an age where they should know. They should have an internal knowing. Like, this is it for me. All I need to do now is grow. Or this is it for me, and now I just need to switch it up a little bit to keep it spicy, or this is it for me. I'm leaving that 9 to 5 because it ain't it. And I don't want to spend more time away from being who I truly am. All right. So in this space, we have fire. So we think things fiery, red, okay, bright, that give us life, like that passionate energy. Moving into the southwest corner, which is going to be our bedrooms, hopefully, or characteristically, you want it to be your bedroom. You want it to be a bedroom because this is the space of your love, your intimacy, your relationships. And when we speak of intimacy, it's different. It's different from just getting along with others. You know what I mean? Intimacy takes us into a deeper part of ourselves where we can be naked. So when you think of intimacy, it's not necessarily a nakedness that is sexual. In this regard, when we speak to your bedroom, it is sexual. But when you speak to intimacy and nakedness, overall, the nakedness is the vulnerability of being fully seen, of being all the way at home with ourselves, all our nicks, knacks, blemishes, rolls, creases, wrinkles, discolorations in your bedroom. That is where you need to feel all the way sexy all the time. And you need to feel safe all the time. So some of the things I want to point out, whether you're with someone or you're not, is that symmetry is very important in the bedroom space. Symmetry is one of them. The next thing that's very important is to be mindful of arrows, things that are darting at you, that are energetically attacking you because they're sharp, they're corners. And in the feng shui system, these are things that you may not be aware, but they can be causing you not to be able to sleep as well at night. I looked at some pictures of some beautiful, luxurious bedrooms, and some of them have chandeliers over the bed. Honey, I love chandeliers. They are gorgeous. Okay, I have a chandelier in my living room. But chandeliers over your bed, the way that they drip, you know, like how the light drips. Imagine that that's like 1,000 needles or sharp pieces of glass that could potentially just fall on you at the most least expected time, which is when you're sleeping. And energetically, that is exactly what is happening. You're being attacked in your bedroom space. Okay? So I don't know if you have a chandelier over your bed or one of those types of lighting situations, and you are actually experiencing that. It's dope when we have people who have some examples in their actual reality to share about. Um, but that's just one of the examples. Another thing is being mindful of um, things that are cornered, but the corners are facing the bed. All right. The other thing, what's the most important piece of furniture in the bedroom? I'll let y'all answer it. Make sure y'all not sleeping. What is the most important piece of furniture in the bedroom? Yes, the bed. Okay, the bed. So, what's gonna make you feel safest when you're in your bed? When you're in your bed, you're sleeping. What is the first place if somebody's gonna attack you? Where would they come through? Even though some of y'all have your bedrooms on the ground floor, and probably large windows. It's not the windows. I'm cheating and giving you a hint. Where would they come from? See, look at that. Nikki said the window. For some reason, I knew someone was going to say the window. Yes, Black Venusian, the door. So you want to always make sure that you can see the door. Vishnu's loose says a portal. That's another thing, but a portal is also what? Since you're on that track of the portal, I want you to share with us, how do we create portals in a space like the bedroom? All right, but the door, you should be able to see your door. Oh my goodness, is somebody else cat eating my cat's food? I'm gonna let him rock out. And see, I'm in a command position here in my office, so I can see the door and I can see what's happening already outside my door here. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Eating good. Ayo! Priest is eating Maria's food. I told. Anyway. You want to be able to see the door. The other thing is, you don't want to create these awkward angles in your bedroom space, because Chi doesn't like angles. Chi likes circles. Chi likes to move freely. Okay. So, for example, if you're an energy worker, and you're sending energy to a client, we know that soft wrist, okay, soft elbows is the best conduit for this energy. When we get to doing this, forget about it. Who's feeling anything? They're lying. They're making stuff up. All right. So you want to bear that in mind. Sometimes you think, okay, I'm going to shift the bed into this corner. No. The back of your bed, like the headboard, should have a solid, I'm about to hit the wall. I'm so Jamaican. A solid back, a solid wall, because that is your support, that is your protection. Okay. Now, if your space does not allow you to have your bed on a solid wall, meaning maybe you have a window behind it, then there are things to help to um, still protect you from having no protection behind your bed, right? And you can cover that because this is a lot of chi is coming through the window now, right? And you want to be able to sleep. That's the thing. When you go to sleep, you don't need a bunch of chi going on. And if you're really sensitive, even having a candle lit in your bedroom can cause you not to sleep. I know from experience. All right. So you want to be able to, if you have like a window behind you, be able to black it out at nighttime. Um, or it's like a filter, having a curtain or something so you can rest. Okay. What else is important? So I said symmetry. If you're gonna have pictures in your bedroom, what's funny is that as I have collected information over the years, if you are planning to have like real intimate sexual exchange or be intimate or sexual with yourself in your space, the same way you wouldn't put certain altars in your bedroom, it's not a space where you're gonna hang like, I don't think this group has that issue, but it's not a space where you're gonna hang like the cross uh in your bedroom over your bed, unless you're a nun, right? Because they're not thinking about none of that. The cross is just a representation of their husband anyway. I mean, if you think about it, because I've slept at a convent before, and that's what it is. That's what it is. You want to have pictures in your bedroom um, that are relaxing, and they have couple pictures. They are soft pink pictures. Um, Black Venusian. She's in the. I'm guessing you're a she. But ceiling fans give off the same energy as a chandelier, right? Yes, 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 yes. You are spot on. Ceiling fans, same thing. That wind, and imagine as that fan is spinning, it's shooting arrows. Not a good look in the bedroom. I actually, when I moved into this home, had my ceiling fan taken out. Not only because I decided to have a grandiose um, freaking fortress of a bed, okay? But me personally, I told y'all I'm sensitive to chi. I'm chi to key, I'm chi all around. Like, so my sensitivity, my intuition picked that up really quickly. And I didn't formally know that at the time. Okay. And if you don't have the flexibility, I understand. But you do your best in your space and don't create an issue. If one, intuitively, you don't have an issue, like that's not the thing. All right. Um, Two, perhaps you just don't want to have it going at nighttime when you're sleeping. Because when it's in motion is when it is shooting the most chi all around the room. Some of you tend to be coughing at night. You're having trouble that you get at nighttime. You're just coughing, sneezing, and you have a fan going, think you need more air when you probably need to turn off the fan. Go inside your bathroom, steam it out, and keep something warm on your chest or warm around your neck, or crack the window just a little bit, okay? Where you have a curtain, so as the wind blows through, the curtain filters that movement. You understand? So you create more of a lullaby and a safe, warm space for you when you're sleeping, and keep some water around so you can drink. Okay. Um, what else in the bedroom? Um, you know, I'm gonna so some Nikki said, what about night sweats? So the thing about night sweats or women going through menopause, they'll let you know that it's kind of, you can fan all you want to. You can fan, you can strip down of all your clothes, but the heat that you're experiencing, it's like a contraction when you're giving birth. You really can't get away from it. If you pay attention, you're fanning yourself, but you're generating more heat as you fan. Um, so utilizing when you're home, taking off the clothes, okay, and being still, or having that cracked window, or going and taking a lukewarm shower, not a cold shower, but more a shower that is like room temperature. So it's gonna feel kind of cooling because we're naturally more hot on the inside. All right. And that will assist. Or having a damp cloth and just, you get through it, you wipe it down. Does that make sense? I hope that's helpful to you. And try it out, and please tell us in the group how that works out for you. Okay. Um, if you have a bathroom in your bedroom, this is one of the places where you absolutely want to do your best to keep the bathroom door closed when not in use. Um, and if you can avoid it, it depends on the size of your room, honestly. If you can avoid it, you don't want to be able to see the toilet from your bed. But if you can't help it, you know what I mean? You're just keeping the door closed so that you can keep that energy in the bathroom and not in the bedroom. And do your best to keep a bathroom that is very, very clean. All right? Because there's energies that live off of that bathroom space, which I've shared before. All right? Um, let's see. Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all have any questions? If you're in a relationship, one of the most beautiful things to do is to have pictures of you and your mate in your bedroom. Like, y'all should be waking up and seeing reminders of the love that y'all share. It might seem like crazy, but it can even help to offset like arguments that are going on. Like when I speak about that sharp energy hitting your bed and all of that, that can be causing arguments between you and your mate. You don't even realize it. All right. Um, and then when you shift the energy and it's really harmonious, you can have the conversation that needs to be had without all the craziness. Okay, and you can make some headway. The bedroom is governed by that earth energy. Okay. Next thing that's really important are the beds that are on the floor. Okay, beds that are on the floor. So, true story, y'all. When I first moved into this space, I only had my mattress. I was waiting for my furniture. And I have one of the most comfortable mattresses ever. Um, True to my communal living as a child, I've had many a guest sleep on this mattress and tell me this is like the bed that does not let you out. When that mattress was on the floor, I kid you not, it just was a true task getting out of it. Why? Because the floor is a place where so much yin energy is being absorbed. So as laying in it is yin, it's weighted, it's heavy, it is pulling you in, and your energy is bleeding out. If you find that you're having trouble getting out of bed, you may need to lift your bed up. You may need to get a bed that does not have drawers underneath it, because all the stuff that's underneath it is just clouding the energy and pulling you down. Okay. And again, something you need to take note of. Sometimes you think you're not sleeping well because you don't have, the right mixture of foam to springs. And it could just be the positioning of the bed. It could just be the colors of your sheets. It could just be that you put all of your books underneath your bed, and instead of sleeping at night, you're worrying about studying and trying to memorize the text that you have been reading. Or the opposite of that, you're sleeping all the time and you need to have energy when it's time to study, but energetically, you have prioritized your sleeping over your study. You see that there? And it's something you can miss. So to tie this all in, right, as I prepare to close out, is that as you're doing this walkthrough, I don't know if I emphasized this before, but I want you to absolutely pay attention to the corners in each room. The corners in each room help us to see the deepest places of ourselves that we hide. Structurally, that's what they represent. The deepest aspects of ourselves that we hide. So if your corners are clear, awesome. If your corners are cluttered, note to self, check it out. If your corners have things in it that still are kind of like they're just things and not intentionally placed there, check it out. Okay. As you move through these spaces, look at the symmetry you have or you don't have within your bedroom. All right. Think about the things that you want to most attract and place your psyche in a way which you're always looking at what your goals are when it comes to your love and romance in your bedroom. And it may not need to be direct. Like I mentioned, having calm type of scenery. Okay. If you have a picture of the ocean in your room, you don't want a thunderstorm. Okay. You want still waters, beautiful horizon, not because your vision is, oh, I want to live near the water, but your vision is, I want to feel emotionally at ease because water connects us to our emotions. Within my love and relationship space, I want when we come in here, we're not creating storms of agitation. We are feeling safe. Because even if you on a cruise ship, if that water picks up a storm, you're not going to feel safe. It doesn't matter because we know that water is the most powerful element on this planet. All right. Um, so that's it for the information. And as I look at your questions, I want to remind you all that there is definitely a Zika Circle happening here in the DMV on March 11th. And if you'd like to register for that and you're interested, please text me so I can send you the registration link. 202-810-1876. I need to have an exact head count for your registration so that everything that you will need just for your being and being in the space will be provided to some degree. There'll be much information in that. Let me see. What if your altars are in your corners? So altars, for me, for example, all of my altars have like the same thing with a wall behind it. Having an altar in a corner, how do you soften that corner? Do you have a tree in the corner and then an altar in front of the tree? It's intentional because, again, you want to have the energy moving in this flow. Okay, this corner that happens here creates an angle. She likes circles. So I did actually use one of the bedroom pictures that is a beautiful, I think, California King circular mattress with a circular carpet on the floor, um, to show that design. And I also use the example of a very simple decor, because you don't need much to create a beautiful, sexy spot. Okay. And sometimes when you're doing too much in the bedroom, you wonder why it's not getting that much action, or the kind of action you're getting in there is not sustainable. All right. Um, but your altars, most altars should not be in your bedroom. I understand that we don't all have a bunch of rooms to put different altars in there. But as you do the walkthrough, you should go and you should talk to your altars and ask them, like, some altars don't need to always be up all the time. Can you invest in um, smaller, like travel size things to put those altar spaces away when you're not actively working on them? Because that's another drain of energy. If you have altars that you're not actively working with, you're not refreshing, you're not lighting candles there, you're not acknowledging it, that energy starts to either pull your attention, which reminds you, yo, change this water, give me fresh light, give me some incense, you know, or it's like out of here. And it's more respectful to put it away than to just have it sitting there. Like, for what? Why is it sitting there? Okay. So listen once again to your intuition when it comes to that. Caring for a family member who wants to have a ceiling fan going. Can I use waterfall sounds for a replacement? Okay. You have a family member that wants to have a ceiling fan going. Can I use a waterfall sound for a replacement? If it's the sound that they want, you can absolutely find sounds available either on YouTube. Like, some people like the sound of the wind going around, right? Um, and you should check in with them. If they are verbal, I am a person who's like always checking with the person, okay? And before snatching anything out of their space, have this conversation. Um, if they like the sensation of the wind blowing on them, I gave birth to a child that does not like being hot. In her infant years, she needed a fan to sleep. Totally opposite of her mother. People thought I was crazy because I had a fan going with an infant in the room. But I noticed these things about her energetically. And she's an air sign. So totally at home with the wind. Um, we want to always be mindful of the people we share spaces with. Okay? I hope that answers the question. Because there's different types of sounds that can be just as soothing. Okay? Have a conversation. Try it out. Try it out. And they still have those plugins that have rain, babbling brook, waterfall, uh, crackling fire sounds. Okay. Um, Someone said, I'm thinking of installing floating altars. Yeah, floating altars. I guess you're talking about those shelves that come out of the wall. Those are actually pretty traditional in a lot of spaces. And due to the nature of them hanging out there and what you might be putting on there, um, we can have a personal conversation about that, because it's so specific. Okay. All right. And I also don't claim to have all the answers. So I'd rather like explore it with you. Again, for those of you who are interested in the Zika Circle that's going to be on March 11th, that is a Saturday. Okay, please text me at 202-810 1876. If you want that information as soon as possible, and then it will be available to the public. All right. Peace, love, and bliss. I look forward to seeing you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, my loves. See y'all in the House of Chi. Please post your homework, your insights, and what you loved about this lesson. I'm out.